There are some duos in One Piece that work so exceptionally well that they are basically a living apocalypse on their own. Individually, these characters are absolute monsters, but when they team up, they completely break the power scaling of the universe. But have you ever wondered who actually forms the single most devastating partnership in history? Today, we are breaking down the top 10 most unstoppable duos in the entire series. Pay close attention to number 4, because it features two bitter enemies who broke the ultimate law of the sea just to survive a common nightmare. Let's dive in. Number 10. Dorry and Broggy. We kick off with the oldest running partnership in the series. These two giants have been locked in one-on-one combat for a full century on Little Garden, all over a misunderstanding about a hunting competition. Imagine keeping a grudge alive for 100 years over lunch. But these guys aren't just comic relief. Back in the day, they co-captained the giant warrior pirates, a crew so fearsome that the Marines wouldn't even dare cross their path. Fast forward to the final saga, and they are now operating as heavy-hitter commanders under red-haired Shanks. When Shanks gave them the green light to clear out Eustace Kid, their combined attack completely deleted a multi-million bounty crew in a matter of seconds. They take our number 10 spot because while their raw physical destructive power is planetary, they haven't officially showcased advanced hockey metrics yet. Number 9. Zoro and Sanji. Speaking of internal rivalries, we have the ultimate definition of I hate you, but I will die for you. Zoro thinks Sanji is a loudmouth cook with terrible priorities, and Sanji thinks Zoro is a brain-dead mosshead who couldn't find his way out of an open room. Their constant bickering actually stems from a deep ideological divide on how they view combat and respect. Yet when the situation gets real, their synergy is terrifying. They perfectly balance each other's fatal flaws. Sanji brings reality-defying speed, flight, and superhuman genetic regeneration, while Zoro brings raw, mountain-cutting physical durability and advanced conqueror's hockey. Together, they cleanly dismantled King and Queen, the two top wings of Kaido's empire. It's an insane feat because while Luffy needed multiple rounds of external help to wear down Kaido, Zoro and Sanji took on the frontline elite completely on their own. Number 8. Sabo and Monkey D. Dragon. Next up is the mastermind of global rebellion and his fierce second-in-command. This partnership ranks high purely based on the sheer political and physical threat they pose to the world government. Sabo is a combat prodigy whose foundational martial arts, the Dragon Claw style, allows him to crush steel and shatter armor with bare hands. Now that he has inherited the Mera Mera no Mi, his ability to manipulate wide-scale flames makes him an easy top-tier commander threat. But the real weight of this duo lies with Monkey D. Dragon. As the world's most wanted man, his power estimation is purely catastrophic. The sheer terror and respect he commands from fleet admirals and the Gorosei heavily implies he operates at a supreme Yonko level. Comment down below right now. Do you think Dragon is secretly the strongest character alive, or is he just a master tactician? Let me know! Number 7. Big Mom and Katakuri. This is maternal absolute authority mixed with flawless combat perfection. Big Mom possesses some of the most monstrous natural durability in fiction, frequently described as a living iron balloon. She shatters cities, sinks fleets with casual tantrums, and can command her own soul to forcefully heal her fractured skeleton mid-combat. Beside her stands Charlotte Katakuri, arguably the most complete first-made commander we've ever seen. Blessed with an awakened special paramecia and a mastery of future sight observation hockey so advanced he can literally see into the next timeline, Katakuri covers every single blind spot his chaotic mother leaves open. They are an oppressive, impenetrable defensive wall that ruled the New World completely unchallenged for decades. Number 6. Kaido and King. If Big Mom and Katakuri are an immovable fortress, these two are an airborne war machine. Kaido is the embodiment of pure, unadulterated dominance. He famously survived a relentless back-to-back onslaught from Luffy, Kid, Law, Zoro, and the Scabbards, and still had enough energy to fight on equal footing with a reality-warping Gear 5. Right beside him is King, the last surviving Lunarian, a legendary race so inherently powerful that the world government treats mere information on their whereabouts as a multi-million-dollar bounty. King trades his baseline, fire-fueled biological invulnerability for high-speed aerial lethality. When these two take to the sky, combining nuclear-tier bolo breaths with Lunarian magma attacks, any battlefield they cross instantly becomes an absolute no-survival zone. Number 5. Luffy and Zoro. The only duo capable of ranking higher than the Beast Pirates is the one that actually dethroned them. Luffy and Zoro share an unspoken, absolute chemistry in battle that relies on total trust. Luffy's chaotic, blunt force fighting style naturally draws the enemy's maximum attention, leaving open lanes for Zoro's lethal, mountain-slicing three-sword style to deliver terminal damage. In Gear 5, Luffy completely rewrites the rules of physics around him, turning the ground, lightning, and even his opponent's bodies into rubber. Now, back up that reality-bending creativity with Zoro's monstrous endurance. A man capable of absorbing a combined attack from 2 emperors and keeping his feet planted. They don't just complement each other, they are the future king and the future strongest swordsman, acting as a singular, unified force. Number 4. Shanks and Ben Beckman. This is the most balanced and lethal hierarchy in the modern era. Red-haired Shanks operates at the pinnacle of active hockey mastery. His Conqueror's hockey is potent enough to completely paralyze an admiral from miles away, and completely negate an opponent's observation hockey entirely. His foresight allows him to see deep into the future, enabling him to end full pirate crews before they can even draw a weapon. But what makes the red-hair pirates truly terrifying is Ben Beckman. Officially recognized as possessing one of the highest IQs in the world, Beckman is a master strategist. At Marineford, his mere presence with a rifle was enough to completely halt Admiral Kizaru in his tracks. They take the number 4 spot because, unlike other crews where the captain carries the weight, Beckman is explicitly stated to be comparable to Shanks in terms of raw combat authority. Number 3. Garp and Sengoku. Representing the absolute peak of marine history, these two were the ultimate deterrent against the golden age of piracy. Monkey D. Garp, the hero of the Marines, achieved legendary status using nothing but raw physical might and supreme armament hockey, capable of flattening mountains and shattering armor with simple punches. Right beside him is Sengoku the Buddha, a tactical mastermind who perfectly balances Garp's reckless nature. With his mythical zone fruit, Sengoku transforms into a giant golden entity capable of launching wide-scale shockwaves that can halt an entire Emperor's crew simultaneously. Throughout history, if a pirate threat grew too large for the Navy to handle, sending these two out together meant an immediate execution sentence for whoever was on the receiving end. Number 2. Roger and Rayleigh. The captain and vice captain of the legendary Roger Pirates. Goldie Roger conquered the entire Grand Line without a single devil fruit, relying purely on a terrifying baseline of physical vitality, and all 3 forms of advanced hockey scaled to a generational peak. His right-hand man, Silver's Rayleigh, the Dark King, was his perfect tactical mirror. Calm, clinical, and intensely precise, Rayleigh's mastery of advanced internal destruction armament hockey made him a surgical nightmare on the battlefield. Even in his old age, Rayleigh could comfortably intercept and hold off light-speed admirals like Kizaru. Together, Roger and Rayleigh represented the perfect synergy of overwhelming, sky-splitting force and flawless, calculated technique. Number 1. Garp and Gold Roger. They were sworn enemies on opposite sides of the absolute law. Yet on one fateful day at God Valley, they formed the most illegal alliance in human history. Monkey D. Garp and Gold D. Roger joined forces to take down the Rocks Pirates, a crew that literally contained Kaido, Big Mom, Shiki, and Whitebeard all at the exact same time. Think about the sheer scale of power required to look at a lineup of 4 future emperors and say, yeah, we can take them. Garp's mountain-crushing fists, combined with Roger's world-class swordsmanship and sky-splitting hockey, created a tier of power that has never been replicated since. They are the benchmark of strength in the entire One Piece universe, and cleanly claim the number 1 spot as the greatest duo to ever exist.